Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. This time we're taking a look at Nicholas Sparks' Counting Miracles.
Oh, yeah. I love Nicholas Sparks.
We've got excerpts from the book itself,
Okay.
the Amazon blurb that always draws you in,
Hmm.
and a whole stack of reviews. Should give us a pretty good feel for the book, don't you think?
Yeah, for sure.
Decide if we want to add it to the reading list.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Sparks is so good at setting a scene. Just pulls you right in.
Oh, yeah.
Like right away we meet Tanner Hughes, the main character.
Okay.
He's ex-military Army Ranger,
Oh, wow.
and he's spent most of his life just kind of bouncing around from place to place.
Sounds like he's searching for something.
Yeah, definitely.
He's also got this incredible car, though. A Revology 1968 Shelby GT500 KR.
Nice.
You know, I can't help but think that car is more than just a car.
Oh, yeah.
It was his grandfather's dream car.
Ah, I see.
Do you think it represents like a connection to family or something? To his past?
Absolutely, especially
Mhm.
since, his grandmother just passed away. And she leaves him this message.
Oh, right, right. Find where you belong and make that place your own.
Exactly.
Curtis.
Very. And she also writes down this town, Asheboro, North Carolina.
So is Ashbur the key to it all? To him finding where he belongs?
Well, it makes you wonder. Sparks always uses these really evocative settings, like almost like another character in the story.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Like think about the Notebook and that little town. So yeah, maybe Asheboro's that kind of place for Tanner.
Oh, place to put down roots. But we can't forget about the romance. It is a Nicholas Sparks book after all.
Of course, of course.
Enter Caitlin Cooper, single mom doctor. And right away, you just feel that spark between them.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a twist. Tanner's job might take him away from Asheboro, maybe even Africa.
Oh, wow.
Can their connection survive that? What do you think?
Well, Sparks loves a good romance, but he's not afraid of a little heartbreak either. I mean, remember, A Walk to Remember, sometimes the most powerful love stories are the ones that, don't last forever.
Right.
It's more about the intensity, how it changes you.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of journeys, we've also got Jasper.
Oh, yeah, Jasper.
He's this older guy, lives near a national forest, and he's got this obsession with protecting a legendary white deer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like super important to his father and his grandfather too.
Huh. To me, that white deer feels symbolic somehow.
You think so?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe representing purity or connection to nature, something we've lost.
It makes me think that maybe Jasper's trying to protect something precious.
Oh,
By
yeah,
protecting that deer, give his life purpose.
definitely. It's like he's found his place in the world.
Like, maybe that's what Tanner's searching for, too.
Yes.
Even though they seem so different on the surface.
Totally. I mean, that's what makes Sparks' character so interesting. They seem ordinary, but underneath it all, there's so much depth.
Yeah.
He's so good at showing how everyone's connected,
Yeah.
and how their fates kind of intertwine in ways you'd never expect.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what he has in store for these characters. Oh, and we can't forget that little line from the Amazon blurb.
Oh, yeah. What was it?
Something like, as these characters' fates orbit closer together, none of them is expecting a miracle.
Right.
It just makes you wonder what kind of miracle Sparks has planned for these characters and how it'll change their lives.
Well, that's what he's so good at, isn't it? Creating this anticipation, this sense that something amazing is about to happen. And the thing is, with Sparks, the miracle isn't always some big showy thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's these little quiet moments, like an unexpected connection, and that changes everything.
Maybe like the connection between Tanner and Caitlin.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Even though there's this undeniable spark between them. I mean, their lives are kind of messy. She's a single mom, 2 kids, busy career.
Right.
He's got this wanderlust, always wants to be on the move.
It makes you wonder if they're really ready for a miracle,
Yeah.
for that kind of commitment, letting someone in.
It's a risk,
Yeah. Maybe that's part of their journey.
learning to be vulnerable.
Right, opening themselves up to love, even if it's scary.
It's interesting how Sparks always brings up these themes of vulnerability and taking risks. His characters always have to face their fears to find happiness.
It's true. Like you're saying, real growth only comes when you step outside your comfort zone.
Yeah, when you take a leap of faith, you never know where you'll land.
And sometimes that leap of faith leads you right to another person. Like think about Allie and Noah in the Notebook.
Yeah.
That was pretty unlikely,
Yeah.
right? Different worlds. But their love story, I mean, it lasted decades. Sometimes the biggest miracle is the one that, beats the odds.
Definitely. And in Counting Miracles, it's like each of the characters is searching for something. Tanner wants to belong somewhere, Caitlin's juggling, being a single parent, and Jasper's holding on to that legacy with the white deer. They're like pieces of a puzzle, you know?
Mm.
And as their paths cross, they start to see the bigger picture. Maybe they even help each other find what they're looking for.
It's true. It's like they each have a part to play.
Which reminds me of those reviews we were talking about. Someone said it was a tidy miracle you can count on.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You think that means everything gets wrapped up in a nice little bow? Or is Sparks going to throw us a curveball?
Well, you know Sparks.
Yeah,
He's not afraid to make us cry. Life isn't always a fairy tale.
right.
Sometimes the toughest lessons come from, loss and heartbreak. But even in those stories, there's always a glimmer of hope. Even when things don't work out the way you hoped, there's still beauty in it
Yeah.
and meaning.
Yeah. It's like he's saying there are miracles even in the midst of tragedy.
Right?
Maybe it's forgiveness or resilience, or even just like an act of kindness from a stranger.
Exactly. And maybe counting miracles makes us rethink what a miracle actually is. Maybe it's not this big dramatic event.
Yeah.
Maybe it's more about a shift in how you see things.
Right. Right.
Like appreciating the little things or having the courage to keep going when everything feels uncertain.
All this talk about hope and resilience, it makes me think about Ashboro, that small town near the national forest. It feels like the perfect setting for a story about finding peace and connection.
Oh, definitely. It's like nature itself is part of the story.
Yeah.
Like it's offering comfort, guidance.
I wonder if Tanner will find some peace out in those forests surrounding Ashboro. Maybe that's where he'll feel grounded.
Yeah, like connected to something bigger.
Right. And maybe that connection to nature will help him connect with Caitlin, too, in a deeper way. I mean, she's a doctor. She understands the fragility of life.
Yeah, the healing power of nature.
It's fascinating how Sparks brings together these themes of love, loss, and redemption, all within this small town with its secrets and surprises.
And I keep thinking about the white deer. What role does it play in all of this?
Yeah, it does feel like a symbol of something magical,
Yeah, mystical maybe.
guiding the characters toward their destinies,
It's almost like we're on this journey alongside them.
unraveling the story, wondering what's going to happen next.
I love that.
And that's the beauty of a deep dive, right? Looking at a book from all these different angles,
way.
thinking about the themes and the characters, all the different ways the story could go.
It's like we're getting our imaginations ready.
Yeah, to really immerse ourselves in the world Sparks has created.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe we'll discover a few miracles of our own along the way.
Thinking about everything we've discussed about Counting Miracles, I keep coming back to this idea of legacy.
Oh, interesting.
It just keeps popping up, doesn't it? Like Tanner and his connection to his grandfather through that Shelby,
Right.
or Jasper and his duty to protect the white deer.
Yeah.
Even the grandmother's message to Tanner, telling him to find where he belongs. It's like Sparks is asking us, what do we inherit from the past? And what will we pass on to the future?
That's a great point. And it's so interesting how each character deals with that question of legacy so differently. Like Tanner, he's almost running from his past, always moving, never settling down.
Yeah.
But Jasper, he's almost trapped by it. Like he's bound to this promise
Yeah.
made generations ago.
It makes you wonder if they'll find a balance somehow, like a way to honor where they come from, but still make their own choices.
Right.
It's almost like they need each other, don't you think?
Oh, totally. Maybe Tanner can learn from Jasper's sense of purpose, being rooted in something.
Yeah, and Jasper could learn from Tanner's sense of adventure, to be open to new things.
Exactly. And wouldn't it be amazing if Caitlin and her kids become part of that too?
Oh, yeah.
Like finding their own place in Ashboro,
Yeah.
becoming part of this family.
Yeah.
It would really show the power of, found families.
Yeah. The more we talk about it, the more I feel like Ashboro isn't just a setting.
Yeah.
It's like a character in itself, this place of healing and second chances.
Yeah.
Where miracles can happen. What do you think? Is it something about small towns that makes them perfect for stories like this?
Maybe it's a sense of community, knowing everyone, feeling supported.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's that slower pace of life.
Yeah.
Away from the chaos.
Yeah, a chance to reconnect with simpler things.
Right. Like Sparks is tapping into this longing we all have
Right.
for a place where we belong.
Yeah.
Where we can just be ourselves.
Yeah. Which I guess brings us back to miracles, doesn't it?
Totally.
Maybe the real miracle in counting miracles isn't some big event.
Yeah.
Maybe it's more about those subtle shifts.
Yeah.
When people connect, open their hearts, appreciate nature, and embrace all the possibilities.
It's like he's reminding us that miracles are happening all the time. We just have to notice them.
Yeah, like a chance meeting, or
Right.
someone being kind, or realizing that you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
And those little miracles, they can add up to something really amazing, something life-changing.
Well, we've certainly covered a lot in this deep dive.
We have.
From the characters' backstories
Hmm.
to that white deer and what it represents. I think we've peeled back a lot of layers of counting miracles.
Been a great discussion.
But the best part is it leaves us with even more questions.
Oh, for sure. It's
Yeah.
like we've planted these seeds of curiosity, and now each reader gets to see how those seeds grow.
Exactly. So if you're even a little bit intrigued by counting miracles, we encourage you to, grab a copy and dive in.
Yeah, check it out.
And if you do, we'd love to hear what you think. What parts resonated with you? Were there any surprises? Did you find your own miracles in the story?
Because the best deep dives are the ones we share with each other.
Thanks for joining us on this journey of discovery.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.
And until next time, keep looking for those miracles, big and small, both in the pages of a good book and in your everyday life.